Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 3 between Sonik and Hawk. Hawk spawning as the light blue human over here on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, we have Hawk spawning over here on the top right hand side of the map as the blue human. Meanwhile, we have Sonik spawning as the yellow night elf over here at what I'll call the 10 o'clock position. Gonna go ahead and speed things up to 8 times speed as things do get underway. Are we gonna be looking at a warden? Yes, we are. So opening up with a warden against an archmage here in game number 3, even though we saw that the warden was not effective in game number 1. Now, Ancient of War going to be making his way back down over here. Spider Crab Behemoth gonna get taken out without much of an issue, as the warden will easily get to level 3. Now, are we going to perhaps see some mercenary camps being picked up early on? That is a big question. Let's go ahead and take a look. Claws of Attack +9. Very, very useful item. Very, very high damage, as well as that warden goes from, 22 damage all the way up to 31 as a minimum. So that is a significant increase on the low end, as we now see a Troll Shadow Priest being trained up by the Night Elf. Meanwhile, back across over here, the Militia adding in a little bit more damage, allowing for a faster creep camp clear, as the Archmage sits at level 2 and picks up a Ring of Regeneration. Now, Ring of Regeneration on an Archmage is not nearly as useful. Yes, it is nice to have a Ring of Regeneration on any of those heroes, but the Archmage normally doesn't suffer that much damage. Meanwhile, let's take a look. Warden, is he going to go for a Shadow Strike? Yes, she will. Now going after that Footman. Footman gonna be taking a bit of damage, already down to 252 hit points, and may fall after a second Shadow Strike here in just a moment. Wow, the pathing just not right there, as we see the detonation. Oh, Shadow Strike now onto the Troll Shadow Priest instead, as the Troll Shadow Priest taking a little bit of damage. This could be very, very bad for Sonik if he is not careful. There goes one unit. There goes another Troll Shadow Strike there. Perhaps wanted it on the Footman. Didn't get it there, as the Warden now has Shadow Melded. Alright, now looking to try and get away. There was, perhaps trying to train up another unit, unable to do so. The Warden down to 62 hit points and is now in danger of getting taken down to 44 hit points here, as the Archmage is trying his best to try and catch up. Alright, Militia gonna be called over instead to clear out the Renegade Wizard and that Giant Wolf. There was a big Lightning Shield there, which is gonna cause problems. Lightning Shield plus Frost Armor nearly took out some units there, which could be very, very problematic. Renegade Wizard gonna get finished off. Archmage may get up to level 3. Yes, in fact he does. By 3 experience, and that Ring of Regeneration is going to be playing an important role, as you see that the Archmage is already back up to full. Moonwell, Archmage, Shadow Strike, 150 points of damage. That is potentially huge, as the Warden now gets in a large amount of damage there. Are we going to see another Shadow Strike? That is going to be the big question. Warden does have Boots of Speed, allowing for faster movement, as this one Footman most likely will just get taken out by his brethren. Nope, does not. Gets the experience, as the Warden is now right here, which simply runs by all of this. But the Archmage has to be extremely careful. Oh, there is a Circlet of Nobility that was left behind. There is a Shadow Strike onto the Archmage. Archmage now in serious trouble. Now down to 65 hit points, and it looks like it could get taken out. Down to 54, still running, and it gets taken out by the physical attack of that Shadow Strike there. Warden perhaps looking to pick up some easy kills, and looks like it will be able to do exactly that as well. Warden already down to 500 some odd hit points. Gonna go ahead and finish off another unit and pick up that Circlet of Nobility. Alright, anyone who leaves items behind for their opponent should definitely have to pay for it, and it looks like every time the Warden swings that chakra attack glaive thing, it will be doing 2 points of additional damage. Alright, you can see that damage is starting to really take a big toll there. Warden now going after some units, and it looks like that Footman down to 3 hit points. Is it going to be able to make it? It does not look like it. There goes one. Are we going to see a Shadow Strike on the other? Oh, no, we are not. The Warden is not going to be able to finish off that unit there. All right, Militia back across over here. Let's take a look. Shadow Strike onto a Forest Troll Berserker instead. And this game is just looking like it is going to be Sonic's way to win, as we now see Warden getting up to level 4. Double Circlets of Nobility. A Footman now wandering across the map. But I cannot see this game going very, very long. I think the emotional momentum, the Warden holding or making his opponent pay for this expansion. The expansion has not paid for itself yet, and I don't believe it will pay for itself at all as the Militia now come across to try and engage. You can see that the attacks are coming in. There is a Shadow Meld there as the Militia now coming back across. Are we going to see some easy shots? The Militia now being pulled all the way back, just one at a time, just pulling back those units. As the Warden may be able to get some easy kills once again. Are we going to see another Militia get taken down? Yes, one more will get taken down. Back over here, you can see that the time life on all of these units are going to be gone in just a second here. What is going on? The Warden perhaps thinking that, hey, if I take down the Altar of Kings, that will pretty much be the end of everything as well, as the peasants are now falling as well. All right, hiring up some more units. You can take a look. Hawk trying to train up another unit there, not gonna be all that successful. Warden now looking to get away, as we see what the Warden off over here going up against Ogre Mauler. That is a big surprise. That is a very, very big unit to try and take down one-on-one, especially with the Archmage now coming around the corner. Warden now off to the races. Once again, it looks as though the expansion will be operational and more towers are still coming up. That Warden, wow, how did it aggro creeps? That was just a little bit of an unlucky break there. As the Warden now tries to get away, will be able to head back home, and the Moonwells are pretty much all full, ready to go. Very, very easily done there, as the Warden now once more going to venture out. All right, way too many peasants on that gold mine. Meanwhile, Tree of Life is going to be tanking a bit more damage as the Panda is in that front line. Panda may get to level 2, but not right now, as the Renegade Wizard and the Rogue Wizard is not enough to get that Panda to level 2, especially with that Warden so nearby. Lightning Shield has been brought down here. Panda looking to be brought over. Guard tower, arcane, or one arcane tower, 2 guard towers. A lot of peasants, a lot of repairing is going to be needed. The Warden is going to venture forth, and we'll see how much damage she can do. Double down on the expansion as the Archmage with the Ring of Regeneration now coming back across. All right, let's take a look. There is a bit of heal. Warden now perhaps needs to get out some more Shadow Strikes. Why hasn't she launched a Shadow Strike? There is a Fan of Knives getting in even more damage. There's a Breath of Fire. And now with 2 of the towers gone, especially the Arcane Tower, things are going to be very, very much up and up for that Panda, as that Panda may be able to get off another Breath of Fire over here. There we go, Breath of Fire across multiple units. There is another Fan of Knives finishing off more. We now see the Warden up to level 5, attacking its way through. There goes an Ogre Mauler. Panda sitting at level 2, getting very close to level 3. There is a Breath of Fire, finishing off more units as well. Warden needs to back off. Panda has a little bit of mana, not enough to really deal with this. Well, it may just, meanwhile, do it anyways. Goes across a handful of units here and finishing off perhaps a Militia or 2. All right, let's take a look. Warden does have, or will almost have, enough for another Fan of Knives or Shadow Strike. Meanwhile, Scout Tower quickly canceled again. Militia, their time life is not going to be that good, as the Archmage falls at level 3. Militia is going to fall at level 3 as well. Or no, not give level 3, almost give level 3, as all of these Militia now trying to run back. Panda looking to finish off some of these peasants. It looks like one peasant will get taken down. Another peasant could get taken down. No, they are all running back home. But with the economic advantage pretty much neutralized, not quite sure what Hawk's real backup plan is going to be. Let's take a look. Farm off over here taking some hero damage. That farm will eventually get destroyed. You can see Militia now being brought over. That guard tower causing a bit of problems. But this is still a very, very expensive situation to try and deal with. All right, where is that Warden? Warden is now back off over here. Looks like she's going to be running back home. There is not very much going on in terms of the Moonwell, as the Panda is going to come back over and perhaps try and take down some of these units. No Arcane Tower yet. That's just another guard tower, and if this gets taken out, oh, what's happening? All right, in comes the Warden. There's a fan of knives, clarity potion. Warden gonna be clearing things up. Panda needs a little bit more for a breath of fire. There you go, gets 3 deaths right there. And with that, another fan of knives, and that is the GG. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this set. Sonik taking out Hawk in this series.